my new course, HTML, CSS, PHP, and JavaScript. Class 1, Intro to HTML and HTML Structure. What is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, which is a coding language designed to help make websites. It works on many browsers like Chrome and Safari and is very flexible. Even if you make one mistake, HTML will probably realize. We will learn a structure which you do not have to use in HTML, at least in this version, but it's a good programming practice. Set up Replit. For this class feature, we're going to use Replit. So I can open it up and I will show you where Replit is. So basically, here's a Replit. After you sign in, you press create repo, and over here you see HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then you can do whatever you want. Say hi, which I am going to remove, surely, but you wait for some time. It's going to take a lot of time. And now all the stuff you see here, for the sake of explaining and teaching you stuff, I am going to remove all of this. Yeah, all of it. And now, the first thing we see in this slide is the first line, doctype HTML. The first line, doctype HTML, which you don't really need, is used to help the compiler, which is running the code, understand they're using HTML5. HTML5 is the most recent version of HTML, so use doctype HTML like this, over here, doctype HTML. I'm going to rename this for class 1. But anyway, we have to, doctype HTML. Okay, and then what we see on the next one, the structure of a HTML file pic. So let's review this. We see the HTML lang en. What is that supposed to mean? Well, the HTML tag by itself means that it's the start of the HTML code. You don't need it, but it's useful, and many good programmers use it. And what's this lang en? It's called an attribute. An attribute is something to help describe the tag more further. Lang means language, and en is English. So it's basically saying start the HTML file now. The language is English, but you don't need to repeat yourself at the end tag. The end tag includes an extra slash. All end tags include an extra slash, unless if there's some tags which don't have an end tag, which we'll cover in future classes. But for now, we see tags which have an end tag, and they all have an extra slash. Okay, and over here you can read this comment. The HTML tag is to show the HTML part. This is not needed but a good practice. It also includes the attribute which tells us more about the code encased inside the tag. Yeah, it tells us more about the code encased as well, like it's all English. And it's not needed, but it's a good practice. The head tag is to show the head, mainly the title. Again, this is not needed but a good practice. Yes, this shows the title, and the thing is, if you read these notes, the title tag in Replit will not be shown, but if you use VS Code, you will see it in the tab's name with a Chrome browser. What is VS Code? It is another thing well available, and if you want me to show it to you, sure, you can do Command N or Control N if you're on Windows. You press selected language, HTML, and then you can start coding. And to show you how the title tag looks in this extra version, I am going to show you. Okay, so HTML lang en, and now we have head, and the head tag, which is the heading, and then the title is this is a title. Now you run it, you press HTML because you have to save HTML, and then I'm going to put this as class 1. Web app Chrome or Web app Edge, these are the two debuggers or whatever runs the code. You can press this, And see, you see, this is the title on top of the Chrome browser. That is what I mean. In Replit, you don't have this. And you don't need VS Code, you just need Replit for this situation, though you can use VS Code because titles are much better. So after the title, now we have the end tag of head, and then a body tag. The body tag is what you see. It's to show the body or what the person sees. Again, this is not needed, but good practice. And then these next tags, these tags are the actual utility tags. These are the tags which you use. The first the first 7 utility tags are h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6, and paragraph. Whatever all those are is basically different types of headings. H1 is the biggest heading, like you see the biggest heading is like over very big. And then H6 is the smallest heading. It's the last one. There's no H7 because if you see H6, it's really tiny. And P is a paragraph tag, and it's basically a paragraph size. Yeah, that's basically it for the structure of HTML. And now note, what are these tags? All these white parts are comments which help you understand your code without any errors occurring due to the fact that you're not using keywords. Because maybe it doesn't think that, oh, maybe you're not putting comments, maybe this is your code, but it can't because there are lots of errors in it though. This helps you in case writing it so people can understand your code. And that's what I put so that you can understand this code. And again, the title tag note, which I showed you already. Structure of HTML file pick without comments, just to help you understand it more because the comments might have made things a bit messed up. So this is basically the basic structure. And the homework for this class, even though this is not really like this doesn't have a Google Classroom, you may as well practice by yourself by doing this homework. The homework for today's class is to try to remember the basic tags and attributes and show me, well, you can't show me, so that's not part of your homework, the structure of an HTML file. Also explain what each tag does. We'll try to explain it to someone else who understands HTML already if you want to explain. But again, you don't have to since there's no one else if you're watching it on YouTube. And yeah, that's it for today's class. Tomorrow we'll work on a bit more advanced HTML, working on lists and the meta tag, which the meta tag will be like, actually we might postpone the meta tag since the meta tag is a bit complicated, so we'll just work with lists, ordered and unordered lists. Thank you for watching. See you later.